two sectors basically define our law system. Not law system, basically in our law career, we can go to either to the litigation or either to the corporate section. So what I will suggest is it's totally depend on the person whether he wants to go for the litigation or the corporate field. In litigation, it's a very different career field. It's very good. I would suggest that everyone should at least before going for the corporate thing should engage himself or herself once for the litigation also. If you're not doing any internships or anything in litigation field, then you must one give a chance for the litigation also, because it's a super duper fun thing to do, majorly because you every day you got to learn some different things, how you are treating the clients, how you are going and approaching the court, and how you are helping others for the justice, and these all kind of things you have to do every day. So for a young advocate, for the young law student majorly, there's a one question that sir हमें internships शुरू कैसे करनी चाहिए? How you have to start internships basically? If is everyone is comfortable in English, or should I have to switch in Hindi also? So just you just can write in a chat box. Okay sir, please switch to Hindi or English. I would switch it to. Rest हमारी English चलेगी. So majorly, okay. So majorly, what the main question of a young law student is that, sir, whether we should go for a litigation, or whether we should go for in which year we should go for internships, basically. See, there's a one question I get every day a messages, sir, we want to internship with you. Okay, on which year we should start internship? So the day you think that, okay, you know the basic law, CPC, CRPC. Okay, if you know the basic law, what is CPC, what is CRPC, IPC, evidence, if you have read all of these things in your law college, then I would suggest start doing the internship, because practical knowledge is much more beneficial than a book knowledge, because what you are reading is totally different from the practical. जब आप कोर्ट में आएंगे, जब आप कोर्ट के अंदर एंटर करेंगे, जितनी भी आपने बुक नॉलेज ले रखी होगी, जो भी आपने पढ़ रखा होगा, वो आपको कहीं ना कहीं पे वो चीज नहीं सिखाते जो कोर्ट्स में चलता है. कोर्ट्स में आपको नहीं सिखाएंगे, कॉलेज में आपको नहीं सिखाएंगे आपको फ्रेश केस कैसे फाइल करना है. They will not teach you that how to file a fresh case. They will not teach you how to go and do a PF. Most students don't know what this PF is. Okay, how to apply for the certified copies, how to do arguments. So these kind of things you will not get to learn in your law colleges. So if you want to learn these all things, then you have to do internships on an initial days of your college. Not initial days, after first year, second year. If you're a 5-year law student, then I would suggest that after second year, you should start your internships. Start applying for internships. Okay. अब बहुत लोगों को एक क्वेश्चन रहता है, सर इंटर्नशिप नहीं मिलती, क्या करें? सब बोलते हैं आपके पास कोई प्रीवियस एक्सपीरियंस है या नहीं है. Don't think about it. There are many advocates out there. There are many law firms out there who need law interns. Okay, even we have a law interns. We hired them. And जितने भी litigation का काम होता है, we teach them, okay, this is the thing, this is a basic thing which you should do. And what are the basic things? सबको एक, अब when I was a law student, मेरे को भी बहुत ज़्यादा एक क्यूरियोसिटी की थी कि मेरे को ना एक फ्रेश केस कैसे फाइल करना है ये सीखना है. अब सबको होता है कि ठीक है, if you are getting a client, okay, the client will ask you, okay sir, मेरा चेक बाउंस हो गया, now how should I go and approach the court? अब आपके कोई क्लाइंट है, उसका चेक बाउंस हो गया, अब आपको पता ही नहीं आगे करना क्या है. तो इसमें क्या होता है, एक बेसिक चीज होती है, आपको क्या करना है, प्रोसीजर कैसे फॉलो करना है, नोटिस भेजना है, केस कैसे फाइल करना है. अब केस कैसे फाइल होता है नहीं पता. अब लॉ स्टूडेंट है, कॉलेज में तो सिखाते नहीं कि केस कैसे फाइल करना है, फ्रेश केस, कोई क्लाइंट आ रहा है कैसे फ्रेश केस फाइल करें. दिस इज व्हाट इंटर्नशिप टीच यू. ओके, कि कैसे आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप एक प्रोसीजर फॉलो करना है, आपको पहले क्या करना है, उसके बाद क्या करना है, ये सारी चीजें आपको इंटर्नशिप में सिखाई जाती है. तो the first thing which I would suggest to every law student is that do internships in litigation field. If you want to pursue your career in litigation, do internships. जितनी हो सके उतनी internships करो और different fields में करो. आपके contacts अच्छे बनेंगे. First thing, आपको अलग अलग वैरायटी का काम सीखने को मिलेगा. अगर आप सिविल लॉयर के पास कर रहे हैं तो you will get only a civil matters. Okay, property disputes, partition suit, these all things you have to do. अगर आप क्रिमिनल कोर्ट्स में क्रिमिनल लॉयर्स के पास जा रहे हैं तो आपको एनआईए के मैटर्स मिलेंगे, आईपीसी के मैटर्स मिलेंगे, एनडीपीएस के मिलेंगे, ये सारे मैटर्स मिलेंगे. इसमें आपको थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट आएगा. अब जहाँ पे आपको लगता है कि हाँ आपका इंटरेस्ट इसमें है, आप उसमें अपना करियर स्विच कर सकते हैं. इंटर्नशिप के बाद आप वहाँ पे अपना करियर के लिए बोल सकते हैं, ठीक है सर मैं इसमें अपना एक्सपर्टीज करना चाहता हूँ. इफ यू वांट टू परस्यू higher studies like LLM, you can do your LLM on that particular subject also. Now, अब एक तो ये बेसिक क्वेश्चन था कि कौन से ईयर में इंटर्नशिप करनी चाहिए, बहुत बेसिक जो हमने क्लियर करा कि ठीक है इंटर्नशिप्स आपको इनिशियल सेकंड ईयर के बाद, और अगर आप 3 ईयर लॉ है तो आपके पास टाइम कम है, तो आई वुड सजेस्ट कि फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर सेकंड सेमेस्टर के बाद आप इंटर्नशिप शुरू कर दो तो ज़्यादा बेटर है. अब आर्ग्यूमेंट्स, कोई भी लॉयर आपको पास ओवर के लिए भेज देगा कि ठीक है एज एन लॉ स्टूडेंट. बहुत कम एडवोकेट्स भी होते हैं जो ये बोलते हैं कि आप जाके प्रेजेंट करो अपने आप को, क्योंकि एज एन लॉ इंटर्न आप अपने आप को रिप्रेजेंट नहीं कर सकते कोर्ट में. तो पास ओवर्स, ट्राई टू टेक अ पास ओवर्स, इट विल बूस्ट योर कॉन्फिडेंस कि ठीक है आपको कोर्ट के आगे जज के आगे खड़े होके आर्ग्यूमेंट्स या नहीं कर रहे हो, बट पास ओवर लेना इट विल बूस्ट योर कॉन्फिडेंस. सेकेंड थिंग, ट्राई टू डू मूट कोर्ट्स इन योर कॉलेज. अगर आपके कॉलेज में मूट कोर्ट्स हो रहा है, मूट कोर्ट सोसाइटी है और आपको लिटिगेशन ही करना है, डू पार्टिसिपेट इन मूट कोर्ट्स. व्हेन यू पार्टिसिपेट इन मूट कोर्ट्स इट विल बूस्ट योर कॉन्फिडेंस, इट विल बूस्ट योर ओरल स्किल्स, ओके, इट बूस्ट योर कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. ठीक है, हाउ यू हैव टू प्रेजेंट योर सेल्फ while arguing in a court, okay, and it will also boost your, it will also help you in drafting, because when you draft a memorial in moot courts it will boost your confidence ki, okay, now this much drafting you can do, and this is how you have to draft in a real case laws also, in real cases also. तो ये चीज बहुत जरूरी है अगर आप कॉलेज में हैं, और इफ यू वांट टू डू लिटिगेशन देन आई वुड सजेस्ट ट्राई टू डू मूट कोर्ट्स. इट विल रियली हेल्प यू बिकॉज इट हेल्प्स मी अ लॉट, because I was not into the litigation thing earlier. I have to do something else, but when I start doing the moot courts I can see that okay, there's a lot more thing which you can do by coming into this law thing. It's like कि आप लॉ के बाद बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. आपके पास लॉ के बाद आप LLM करके किसी PSU में जॉब ले सकते हैं, आप लिटिगेशन कर सकते हैं, आप कॉर्पोरेट में आपको बहुत अच्छा पैसा मिलेगा, नो इशू. कॉर्पोरेट में यू विल गेट अ गुड पर्क्स, गुड हैंडसम सैलरी. इवन आई स्टार्टेड माय करियर फ्रॉम कॉर्पोरेट आल्सो, कॉर्पोरेट ओनली. So I was getting a very good amount of salary, but you will not get satisfaction if you really want to do litigation. So basic thing is learn how much you are learning in these all field. बेसिक से लेके कहाँ से केस फाइल हो रहा है, क्लाइंट को आपको कैसे अप्रोच करना है, क्लाइंट को कैसे कंसल्ट करना है, हाउ यू हैव टू कंसल्ट योर क्लाइंट, हाउ टू गेट द क्लाइंट. Basically, if you're a first generation lawyer like me, then I would suggest that it is a very major problem how you will get a client, because it's not like that if you have completed your directly कि आपके पास सीधा clients खींचे चले आएंगे, अरे सर मेरा केस ले लो, मेरा केस ले लो, ये हो गया, नहीं. Now the major thing is how you have to approach the client, how you will get the client. अब client कैसे आते हैं? Client के लिए आपको क्या करना है? Basically सबसे पहले you have to start giving a free consultation. Okay, even we have started this in our initial years. We have to start giving a free consultation to the people. If someone is asking me, sir, I am in so and so trouble, I need your consultation, I have to consult them in free. I cannot say that okay, I will charge this much amount for the consultation. I cannot, because it's my initial days of practice. I need to do that. I need the case, I need learning, because every day is a new learning in litigation. Someday you are getting an NI matter, someday you are getting an NDPS matter, someday you are getting a property matter. So there are different variety of matters in litigation which you have to deal with. In matrimonial, basically, if you are coming into a matrimonial field, then there's a alag taboo in matrimonial field, like divorce cases from the husband side, from the wife side, domestic violence cases, okay, maintenance cases. So every day Supreme Court is passing a new judgment that okay, in 498A this thing happened, in maintenance case this has happened. So you have to update yourself with these kind of judgments, that okay, you should know while drafting that what judgments the Supreme Court has already passed in this matter, so that you can use it in your draft. It will give you a good impact on a judge, that okay, the so and so lawyer is well versed with the facts, well versed with the case laws, well versed with the updates of the Supreme Court's judgments, and he has quoted these all judgments in his draft. So majorly most of the advocates in trial court, they do not quote any judgments, which I have observed while in my career. What they can do is they'll fight on the basis of the merits. Whatever the fact is, they'll fight on it. Okay sir, wife है, इतना केस फाइल किया है, ये चीजें हैं, वाइफ ने क्लेम किया है, मेरे को 1 लाख रुपए मेंटेनेंस चाहिए. हाउ यू आर गेटिंग अ 1 लाख मेंटेनेंस? लाइक यू, आई वैसे तो मैं भी जाके बोल सकता हूँ अगर मैं वाइफ साइड से हूँ कि सर आई नीड 2 लाख मेंटेनेंस. हाउ? द कोर्ट इज नॉट अलाउ द 2 लाख मेंटेनेंस ऑर्डर एट एनी कॉस्ट. So how, if you want your client to get a 1 lakh or 2 lakh maintenance, how the client will get the maintenance? By quoting the judgments of higher courts. If there a similar case that okay, in so and so cases the Supreme Court has passed the judgments that okay, इसमें एक केस में ये हुआ है और your case is very similar to the same your case, so on that case you can do that. And where it comes from, it will comes from taking all the things from the Supreme Court judgments and all your learning from from these judgments. So reading is very must. If coming to litigation, you have to read a lot. You have to read the most recent judgments. Try to devote your time as a young advocates or as a young law students also. Try to devote your time. There's many apps right now like Live Law, Bar and Bench. You can follow them in your on Insta. That okay, what are the current updates is going on. There's many funny cases also. Like we have been reading some case that wife ने बोला था कि मेरे को divorce case, they're taking a cruelty in this that okay, wife said that my husband told me that he will take me to the honeymoon to the Goa and he had taken me to Varanasi, and she has taken a ground of this that okay, I need a divorce on this ground. So now this is a very funny case whether the court will allow this ground of divorce or not. सो यू नीड टू अपडेट योर सेल्फ ओके, कि कभी क्लाइंट आता है हमारे पास भी कि ओके सर मेरे को इस ग्राउंड्स में हमें डाइवोर्स चाहिए, तो आई वुड सजेस्ट द कोर्ट विल नेवर अलाउ दिस ग्राउंड फॉर द डाइवोर्स. वी नीड टू मेक सम अदर ग्राउंड. इफ यू वांट टू टेक अ डाइवोर्स दैट ओके, टेल मी समथिंग अदर थिंग. व्हाई यू वांट टू टेक अ डाइवोर्स फ्रॉम योर हस्बैंड और वाइफ बाय स्टेटिंग सो एंड सो रीजन दैट ओके सर मैंने बोला था हनीमून में यहाँ जाएंगे बट ये मेरे को हनीमून पे यहाँ लेके गया तो मुझे इस रीजन पे डाइवोर्स दे दो. The court will never allow that. Even they will put a cost on you. What is this rubbish thing you are taking into the court? You are wasting the time of a court. But she has taken a ground. There are many grounds. Out of that one ground, she has taken this ground. तो अगर आप you are reading something in live law और bar and bench और आपको वो अच्छा लग रहा है पढ़ने में, you need to learn more thing, read more thing about that, read full judgment before coming on the conclusion. Okay, try to read the judgment exactly हुआ क्या उस केस में, कैसे हुआ, क्या हुआ, कंटेंशंस क्या थी. कंटेंशन से आपको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा कि ओके क्या क्या जो रखे गए, जो आर्ग्यूमेंट्स रखे गए हैं कोर्ट में क्या रखे गए हैं. सो coming back to the topic कि okay, first thing, freshing a files, starting doing internships, mood scores on an initial year. Okay, so many students also ask me the question which course to start. Okay, whether to start from lower court, trial court, from high court or from Supreme Court. If you are a law intern or a young advocate, जैसे ही आप पास आउट कर जाएंगे अपना लॉ कॉलेज और सीधा लिटिगेशन में आएंगे, आपके पास एक क्वेश्चन रहेगा कि आप क्या करना है. इधर यू वांट टू स्टार्ट विद द ट्रायल कोर्ट, आप ट्रायल कोर्ट से स्टार्ट करो, या तो लॉ फर्म में जाओ, लॉ फर्म में कहीं पे जॉब ले लो, लॉ फर्म में काम कर रहे हो, या किसी एडवोकेट के साथ काम कर रहे हो, या किसी एओआर के साथ काम कर रहे हो. सो आई वुड सजेस्ट स्टार्ट विद द लोअर कोर्ट, ट्रायल कोर्ट, बिकॉज हाई कोर्ट एंड सुप्रीम कोर्ट में कभी भी ट्रायल कंडक्ट नहीं होता है. अगर आप किसी चीज को लेके हाई कोर्ट जा रहे हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जा रहे हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट आपको वापस भेज देगा कि आप पहले ट्रायल कोर्ट में जाइए, ट्रायल करवा के आइए, उसके बाद हमें बताइए कि रीजनिंग क्या थी, क्या था क्या नहीं था इस केस में, विटनेस ने क्या कहा, PW1 ने क्या कहा, PW5 ने क्या कहा, किस किस एप्लीकेशंस में क्या क्या ऑर्डर्स आए हैं, वो सारी चीज़ें आपको हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाना पड़ेगा लेके, क्योंकि हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट मना कर देता है हम ट्रायल कंडक्ट नहीं करेंगे यहाँ पे, वी आर नॉट अ ट्रायल कोर्ट. तो जो भी चीज़ें आपको सीखने को मिलेगी ट्रायल कोर्ट से सीखने को मिलेगी. तो अब अगर आप ट्रायल कोर्ट अगर आप स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं अपना करियर, तो आई वुड सजेस्ट start your career with the trial court only. ट्रायल कोर्ट में आपको क्या क्या सीखने को मिलेगा. सबसे पहले फाइलिंग ऑफ अ फ्रेश केस. आपके पास क्लाइंट आया, आपको लिटिगेशन में आना है, अपना कुछ स्टार्ट करना है, अगर अपना फर्म स्टार्ट करना है, अपनी इंडिपेंडेंट प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट करनी है, तो यू मस्ट नो how to consult a client and how to file a fresh case and all of these things, how to file an applications in the court, how to do these all things. आप लोअर कोर्ट में जाएंगे, आपको वहां पे फ्रेश केसेस फाइल करने को बहुत मिलेंगे. अगर आपके सीनियर की कंसल्टेशन चल रही है, सिट विद हिम, टेक द कंसल्टेशन कॉल. आप कंसल्टेशन देखिए कैसे हो रही है कंसल्टेशन, हाउ द सीनियर इज टेकिंग द कंसल्टेशन कॉल ऑफ अ क्लाइंट. ओके, व्हाट कंसल्टेशन ही इज गिविंग टू दैट क्लाइंट. ओके सर, वी कैन डू these things. How approaching a client is very important. You cannot do this thing that okay, you are just starting your career, you know nothing about this case and you just directly quoting the client anything. Okay sir, my case is so and so, my wife has filed so and so case, or I have some NDPS case, these all the things which I have to do. You cannot just quote the client, okay, I will charge this much for your case and we'll take care of case, don't worry, we'll take care. And after that you start picking the call of your client. You cannot do this. What the majorly what client wants is he wants to talk to his lawyer. Okay, he wants to talk to his lawyer, not every time whenever the hearing is. You have to consult your client, you have to give some time to the client. Each client you have to give some time. If you, after taking the case, you stop taking the call of your client, then it will give a bad impact to the client. Within 1 year, within 6 years, he will change his lawyer. That okay sir, मेरा phone तो उठाते नहीं, why would I continue my case with him? He don't even know nothing about my case. When is my date is, he is not even appearing before the court on my cases. He is sending the juniors, okay आप appear हो जाओ जाके. The client will never allow this and he will change his lawyer. आप एक गलती करो, he will change his lawyer. So this is the thing. First thing, start your career from lower court, start with any advocate, do as much filing you can do. After filing, try to take opportunity for the arguments. Ask your senior, okay sir, I want to argue this case, sir, please give me opportunity to argue. If he is giving you opportunity, then it's good enough. If he is not giving you opportunity to argue even an application, then I would suggest that after, if you're learning there something, it's okay. If you're not learning and he's not even allowing you to argue the application, then I would suggest you have to do this. Because if you're switching your job or if you're switching from one place to another place for the major thing in interview, we ask from the associates or a young advocates, okay, how much filing do you know? How much arguments have you done till now? Which courts experience do you have? This is a major thing. How much courts have you gone till now? Have you gone to the Supreme Court? No, because no young lawyer have ever been to Supreme Court so much. So we have always asked them, okay, you know filings of trial courts? Okay, sir, you know the filing of tribunals? There's no major maths, major science in filing, in arguing in these things. Nothing major science has been given in this law. It's basic a logic, common knowledge, okay, general knowledge, what we are already dealing in. आपने स्टार्ट कर लिया अपना करियर, आप फाइलिंग, आपने फाइलिंग सीख ली, पीएफ कराना सीख लिया. पीएफ इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई वुड से इफ यू आर अ यंग एडवोकेट देन पीएफ इज वेरी मस्ट. वो आपको आना चाहिए. पीएफ होता क्या है, इसे प्रोसेस फाइल करना होता है. मेजरली व्हेन वी आर्ग्यू ऑन अ वेरी फर्स्ट डेट आफ्टर फाइलिंग ऑफ आवर केस, द कोर्ट विल से नोटिस इशू. Either he will dismiss your case or it will say the notice issue. Notice issue means that okay, now you have to supply your petition, copy of a petition to the respondents. Now giving this petition to a respondent, there's a major thing which you have to do. You have to take a dusty orders from the court. Okay, after that you have to do various things. You have to go to the post office, you have to take a stamp, you have to wait it, you have to take out the printout. So everything you have to do to file a pf, and then the pf will issue to the client. So there's a major science, not major science in doing the pf. After pf, what is the major thing is how to file an applications. Okay, now there's a many cases where in between we need to file an applications in the cases. फाइल आपने अपने एप्लीकेशन ड्राफ्ट कर ली. एप्लीकेशन ड्राफ्ट करने के बाद यू हैव टू अप्रोच टू डायरेक्टली टू द अलमत. ओके सर, दिस इज द एप्लीकेशन वी नीड टू फाइल. द अलमत विल गिव यू अ डेट. Okay sir, so and so date. Now before the next date of hearing, you have to go to that particular date, argue your application, admit your application. The application notice will be issued to the other party also. So these all are the things which you have to do in the filing of the fresh cases. So this is the basic law, this is the basic cross करना which you have to start doing from your lower courts only. Cross आपको lower courts में नहीं मिलेगा. आप senior higher court में या सुप्रीम कोर्ट में क्रॉस नहीं कर सकते. एविडेंस लीड करना है आपको, ठीक है. एविडेंस कैसे देना है, ठीक है, क्या क्या चीजें एज अ एविडेंस जाएंगी कोर्ट में. सो ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स you only got to learn in lower courts only. To start your practice from lower court. After completing your lower court, after you know that okay, you have learned enough in lower court, there's nothing more which you can learn in the lower courts. Although every day is a new learning, but there's a procedure. If you know the procedure of the lower court, now it's time to switch to the higher courts. And in higher courts, majorly everything is going on online. So there is nothing you can do. You have to go to the court every day. There's nothing like that. In higher court, in high courts, if we talk about the Delhi high courts and supreme courts, everything you can do in a online also. But in high court, as a lawyer, you can file your case, but in supreme court, as a lawyer, you cannot file your case directly. You need to approach an AOR. Only AOR can file your case. So that's a later part. When you come to the supreme court thing, you need to know that who AOR is, how you can be an AOR in a Supreme Court of India to start practicing. Although anyone, any lawyer can argue in Supreme Court, but the filing can only be done by AOR only. So you need an AOR to file your case. So this is the part in only Supreme Court, not only High Court, not High Court. In High Court, you can directly make your IDs and you can file your case in High Court. So learning is a thing which you have to do every day in litigation. After this line clients हो गया हमारा, why internships, now why internships are important. I have also told you that internships is very important because in internships you will get to know all of these things. अगर आपने अपने internship period में ही आपने lower court सीख लिया, mostly go with your senior, see how the cross has been done, how filing has been done, how arguments are going in a court. Okay, try to sit in a court. अगर आपके सीनियर का क्रॉस नहीं चल रहा है, उनके केस में क्रॉस नहीं है, किसी और केसेस में जाओ जहाँ पे क्रॉस चल रहा है, सिट सी कैसे क्रॉस हो रहा है, कैसे एविडेंस लीड हो रहा है, क्या क्या चीजें हो रही है, यू शुड लर्न. अगर आपने अपने इंटर्नशिप पीरियड्स में ही ये सारी चीजें सीख ली, then when you start your career as an advocate, it will be a much more simpler for you to proceed with it now. Because when you go for an interview, when you go for anything in this lower court, you already know everything. आपको सारी चीजें आती होंगी, आप सीनियर के पास जाएंगे, he will very impressed with you and you can also tell them, okay sir, I need this much money to work with you. If you know the work, never do it for free. This is my motto. Because अगर आपको काम आता है, आप फ्री में उसको मत करो, मत करो. अगर आपको काम नहीं आता है, आपको नहीं आता है सारी चीजें लिटिगेशन में अभी, और अगर आपको फ्री में भी काम करना पड़ रहा है थोड़े से एक्सपेंसेस लगा के अपने इनिशियल डेज में, आई वुड सजेस्ट कर लो, क्योंकि इट विल गिव अ बेनिफिट फॉर यू ओनली. Even I have worked with an AOR for free for like 6 to 8 months. He had directly denied me to give any single penny, but in despite of that, what I have learned a lot. I have gained a knowledge of Supreme Court. I have learned how to file a case in Supreme Court. Despite I'm not an AOR right now, but still I know how to file cases in Supreme Court if I'll be a AOR AOR any day. How to defect the cure, okay, of the plaints, and how to mention the matter, how to do argues. So these all the things, whatever the major thing in Supreme Court, I have learned these things from him. He has not paid me a single penny, but I have gained a lot of knowledge. Because knowledge, if you have a knowledge, then knowledge is a power. So you should know how to do all of these things in initial days. If your senior is saying that, okay, I cannot pay you and you don't know how to do a work, if you have to do your work without any money, then you can do. But if once you know the work, then don't do it for free. Just ask him, okay, sir, now I know every work. I am doing half of your work now. Please start paying me. You can ask, because in litigation, I have seen many seniors who clearly deny to give any young advocates, they just don't want their juniors to give any money or give them any salary, and they want their juniors to work with them for free. So even we have this thing that, okay, currently we are not paying our interns, but we have this motto that, okay, if we are not paying our interns, then there's a thing which we should do for our interns, okay, that he should not feel like, okay, that I'm not getting paid and also I'm doing this much of work and I'm not even getting paid. So if we are not paying him, then we are giving them so much exposure that, okay, they should at least learn from this all thing. So this is a major thing. If you're doing an internship and if it's unpaid internship, try to do it, but don't do this. You're just going in an internship and just sitting like an idle person. You're not doing anything. You're not learning anything. You're just wasting your money from coming to this home and sitting in an office. You're not going to courts. You're just sitting in a office and doing drafting. So don't do this. If you're serious about this, your career. So start visiting the court. If they are not allowing you to go to allowing you to the court, start asking them, sir, I want to go to the court, I want to see the proceeding, I want to see how the hearing has been conducted by the court. Okay, start asking your seniors to draft. Okay, sir, let me give opportunity to draft this matter. Okay, कोई भी सीख के नहीं आता है, किसी को भी पूरी नॉलेज नहीं होती है, इवन मैंने भी पूरा नहीं सीखा था, ऐसा नहीं था कि स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द इनिशियल डेज ओनली आई नो एवरीथिंग, आई नो ड्राफ्टिंग, आई नो नथिंग. Okay, when I was in my college, till second year, I was not aware of anything, how to draft the petition, how to file the case. What when I was going for my internships, I don't even know what is WS is. That how to file a WS, how to do these all of kind of things. So it's just when you continuing your internships, start questioning your seniors. Okay, sir, why this is happening? इस केस में हम ये एप्लीकेशन क्यों फाइल कर रहे हैं? Why we are not doing this? Start giving a okay, what is W? It's a written submissions basically. When in civil case, when the petitioner has filed a case, then you have to file a WS, written submissions. It's a reply. In plaint, he has given all his claims. Okay sir, उन्होंने कोर्ट में बोला कि ठीक है sir, this is my case. The petitioner has done so and so things with me and I am claiming this much of amount from the respondent. Now the petitioner has put his claim on the plaint. Now it's your turn to give a reply to him. And to reply, we say WS, written submissions. Okay, and reply. So both are things are same. Now in WS, you put your claims. Okay, that okay, what are your cases? You have to put in your WS. After that, rejoinders as file. So it's a after rejoinder के बाद evidence, after staging of evidence, then it will go to the arguments on malicious applications, and there's a major thing which you will start learning when you come into the litigation field. Yeah, so these all the things you should know while doing an internship only. It will give benefit for you. If not in internships, don't worry about it, that okay, you are not learning in this internships, how when you go to the some senior, how you will approach the senior, that okay, you have not done internship, how he will give you a work. Don't worry, you will get learn each and everything of litigation while you start working. There is no rocket science in anything. You will learn this. It's the easiest, not easiest, but if you are much dedicated about this thing, you will get learn. You will learn each and everything of litigation, of trial code. You just have to be patient about it. Okay, because patience is very important in litigation. You need to do a lot of patience. If you are in court, then you have to wait for a matter. You have to keep your eye on a board. Okay, which matter is going on and when is your matter is going to come. So you have to be a patience for that. If you're sitting in an office, you need to be patient for the clients. Okay, when the client will come, you need to have patience for this. If you're listening to some client, you have to be a very good listener, because there's a lot of client who will take your mind. It's like they will start talking and they'll never stop. So after coming to office and after that they will call you, okay sir, that I am doing this or this thing, what will I do, what will I do? Even they have discussed everything in a office, after that still they will call you, that okay, we call that, I mean, some irritating clients. But you cannot give them your whole time. You just ask them, okay sir, this is your time, I have 10 minutes, whatever you want to ask, you can directly ask to me. I'll consult you. Please do not call again and again. If you want to call, just drop a message once, and whenever I'll get free, I'll call you. So there are many this clients who will do these kind of things. So you need to learn this all of these things with after sitting with the seniors only. Initial days, you have to start with some advocates. Start doing with some advocate who don't have that much juniors, so that you can easily get a lot of work assigned. Start drafting, start preparing applications, start filing. So start with the lower courts. After that, come to the higher and supreme courts. So yeah, so as I said that there are some low salary in our litigation thing, but don't worry about it. As the day passes, as you're learning, it will get increase. Don't think about the money on your initial days of practice. If you come into litigation, don't think about money is another thing. But if you are financially background, if you're financially not that much strong, and you think that you cannot survive in litigation for much time, then you can start your career in corporate. then only you can, because not corporate only, there are many things, there are many other fields where you can go to, like you can directly apply to some corporate office who has law firms, who has a litigation law firms. They will give you a good amount of salary, but don't start thinking to go independent initial days. Wait for is till you have a clients, you have a bunch of clients. When you think okay, you can survive yourself with all of these things, then start your career as an independent lawyer. Otherwise, go with it, start working with your senior, and start working in this law firms. It will give a benefit to you. It will, you will make a good contact, start making contacts. How, see how senior advocates is arguing in a court, in supreme courts. When you become a lawyer, you can directly go to the court, supreme court also. You just have to make a pass, an AOR number, you can directly visit the court, supreme court, and go sit in the courts, see how the judges are approaching the advocates in supreme court. Okay, how seniors is arguing in supreme courts. So these all of kind things which you can do in supreme courts as well as the high courts also. So yeah, it's a very important to make a contacts, because it will, when you have a contacts, when people know you, then they can offer you your cases, their cases. Okay, they can offer you a job if you're looking for it. So if you have worked with some good personality, like if you are working with some senior advocates, then directly if you are going to brief some senior, so it will give a good impact on you, that okay, I know that person, I know that kid, okay, he has come to me earlier also, he has a good drafting skill, good research skill. So the seniors will approach you, okay, if you want to work, you can work with me. And senior advocates sometimes give good money also, so you can think about it if you want to do this. And yeah, start doing mood courts. I would suggest that that is the much more beneficial thing for it. Start doing as much mood courts as you can do, because it will boost your confidence of research, it will boost your confidence in arguing, and it will boost your skills how to present your case before the court. Because in moot courts you will get a variety of cases also, like we, even I have done approx 5 to 6 moot courts. So in every mood scores we have a different cases. Now different cases, different research, get, you are getting a new knowledge. Okay, so in this case this can also be done. Okay, in 302 we can also do this of these things. So how you can acquit your client from 302 in murder case, attempt to murders. Okay, how to get a bail. Like recently, not recently, it's been a year or 2 years, I got a bail for my client in attempt to murder case, where even lower court and high court had dismissed our bail applications. But just because of the judgments only, we are able to get the 307 bail from the Supreme Court. And even in the rape case never get quashed. But with the judgments only, I'll be able to quash the 376 case from the High Court, just because with the help of judgment. So this is the power of judgments, of precedents, which the courts has already said. So your research skills should be very good. If you are arguing before the court, don't argue on the merits only. Try to show them a judgments also, on the basis of that this court has passed so and so judgment, because it's such more power. Court will, the judge will give you a nice impact, nice imam, that okay, this has already, this advocate has done his research, good research on this topic, and he has given me so and so judgment. The more judgment you give to the judge, the more impressed he will be with you. So try to give him as much as judgments, as much as research work you can do. So it will give a good impact on your cases also. Yeah, so if anyone wants to have any questions, they can ask your questions. So no questions? Yeah, if anyone wants to ask about anything about the litigation thing, then they can directly ask. No issue. Don't hesitate about asking any questions. Yeah, so how to learn legal research? Yeah, very good question, because any suggestion on research for freshers? Yes. So, yeah, for the research thing, I would suggest you that when you're reading some books, there's a judgment quoted, okay, citations दी होती है नीचे आपको footnotes में, okay, आप अगर कुछ पढ़ रहे हैं तो there's a citations given in the footnotes. Try to search that citations in Google, okay, अगर आपके पास, if you don't have Manu Patra, without SCC and Manu Patra, yes, if you don't have Manu Patra and if you don't have SCC, there's an Indian Kanun, but don't rely totally on Indian Kanun, because what the court will never give you, मतलब you cannot give the Indian Kanun copies to the court, because वहाँ पे जो languages होती हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा change हो जाती हैं. You can read from Indian Kanun. After reading from Indian Kanun, you can search that particular case on the website of the High Court or Supreme Court also. You will get all the judgment on that. अगर आपने वो इंडियन कानून पे जजमेंट देख ली, अगर वो कैलकाटा हाई कोर्ट की है, यू कैन डायरेक्टली डोंट गेट सीनियर वेरी हम्बल रेडी टू टेक, ओके. सो अगर आप वो आपने कैलकाटा हाई कोर्ट की देखी है जजमेंट, आप कैलकाटा हाई कोर्ट पे जाइए, वहां पे केस नंबर्स डालिए, सब कुछ डालिए, और वहां पे आपको पूरी उनकी जजमेंट मिल जाएगी. डायरेक्ट कॉपीज फ्रॉम द हाई कोर्ट वेबसाइट, डायरेक्ट कॉपी फ्रॉम द सुप्रीम कोर्ट वेबसाइट. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अभी रिसेंटली एक वेबसाइट भी ज्वाइन, एक नया एक पोर्टल ओपन किया है जिसमें आपको इजीली सारी जजमेंट्स मिल जाएंगी. नाउ हाउ टू get a good in research is like you need to read. Then only you have to be good in a research. Try to read. And there's a free pages like on Instagram, bar and bench, live law. There's subscription of live law which is like 1000 rupees or 500 rupees, and there's a free subscriptions also. Try to read from that. Okay, आप उनकी एक सब लाइन्स पढ़ लो. वो लोग क्या करते हैं, पूरी जजमेंट का एक समरी लेके देखते हैं, ओके 498 क्वैश इन सो एंड सो केसेस. सो इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन रीडिंग द होल जजमेंट, यू कैन रीड द होल जजमेंट की, ओके नाउ लाइक इफ यू गेट अ case ki like a quashing case of 49, I'm just giving an example, quashing case in 498 of the relatives of the husband, okay. Now you need to research on that. Go to Google, directly type 498 quashing of in-laws parents or husband parents, ऐसे करके आपको जजमेंट्स मिल जाएंगी. ट्राई टू चेंज द वर्ड्स. आपको मेजर जो जजमेंट्स होंगी उस जजमेंट्स के अंदर ही आपको जजमेंट्स मिल जाती हैं, क्योंकि जब आप वहां पे पढ़ेंगे, जजमेंट को रीड करेंगे, तो वहां पे उसी जजमेंट में जो आर्ग्यू करते हैं, दे हैव आल्सो कोटेड अनदर जजमेंट्स. आप उन जजमेंट्स को उनको और रीड करिए, तो आपको एक जजमेंट से दूसरी जजमेंट्स मिलेगी. जब आप उस जजमेंट में जाएंगे तो उस जजमेंट से आपको और जजमेंट्स मिल जाएंगी. सो दैट इज अ ट्रिक विच यू कैन यूज. देयर इज नथिंग यू कैन डू टू गुड इन अ रिसर्च. इट्स जस्ट लाइक you have to read. You have to read a lot to make your case strong, to give a good research. Yeah, so how to do legal research? Okay, sometimes we don't get senior very humble and ready to teach your tricks, etc. Yes, very true, that sometimes you will not get a good senior. He will not give you opportunities to argue, okay. He will not give you a drafts to do, okay. He will not even permit you to go to the court, not even give you permission to appear, to take a passover or take a date. Then I would suggest, if you're not learning anything there, then you just left that senior, and there are a lot of more seniors who can even back up their juniors, okay. So even my seniors has backed me a lot. Most of your law students must know Nitish Vanka sir. So he has backed me a lot. He has given an opportunity to argue in a Supreme Court, High Court, District Courts. He have given numerous opportunities. So just learning from him, even I am giving my juniors a lot of opportunities of drafting right now, because currently I'm not hiring any as associates, but we are giving a good opportunities to our interns to do a drafting, to do filing, to do take a passover if I'm not there, so that they can learn each and everything on time. Yeah. So it's totally depend on your senior. See, if you're not getting a good senior, then I would suggest that you can left him, and there's a lot of seniors out there where you can approach. That you can directly see that if your senior is not giving an opportunity, it can directly shown by his conduct. So don't waste your time much there, because if you're not learning. Yeah. So how to read a case law? We complete case and judgment. For some cases, it will take hour. Yes. Sometimes it will take a lot time to read all of the judgments. See, before reading the judgments, there's a short note giving. Like if you are reading it to Manu Patra or SEC online, there is a short note. Case note has been mentioned. Just read the case notes so that you can know, okay, these are things is happening in this case. After that, start reading the case, facts of the case, because in every case laws, what has mentioned first facts of the case. After that, there is contention of the petitioners, what the petitioner has given content, उन्होंने अपनी क्या contentions रखी है. After that, contention of the respondents, what they have mentioned. After that, the case analysis. Okay, after that, उसके बाद आता है कि observation of a court. So if you don't want to read what are the petitioner contentions, what are the respondent contention, directly switch to the case analysis and observation of the court. Court ने उसमें क्या held किया. If you know the facts, okay, you don't want to read the contention of an advocate, you can directly go to the case analysis and court observation. So you can get to know, okay, इस case में ये चीज हुआ था and ये चीज खत्म हो गया. Okay. After that, sir, sometimes advocates don't go to stipend even after lots of hard work by junior. If some gives only 2,000, but this much money goes in travel. True. Some advocates, yeah, they're not giving stipend to the interns. Even I'm saying that even I have just starting my law firm, so even we are not paying anything to our interns. Okay, but this thing that okay, in as long as we start growing up, I have a fixed stipend for the interns and their traveling allowances along, because everyone is coming. You cannot say that everyone is coming for a strong financial background, so everyone needs some money for the travel thing also, for their stipend also. If someone is doing a work for you, then he is deserving something. So totally true. In our field, there's a much more thing that the lawyers are not giving even salary to the young advocates. You are talking about the law students, they're not giving a salary to the advocates. So that is a major thing, major drawback of our legal field, that we are not getting that people, that law interns and young advocates are not getting paid. So I'm totally agree with this, but and there are a lot of petitions has already been filed in the courts, different courts, for assigning the fixed stipend and fixed salary for the young advocates who has been a practice of 1 to 2 years. So this much salary should be given to them, and if he's an uh, law intern, then this much stipend the lawyer should be given to them. And if I would suggest that if he is not giving you something and you are not learning there also, then don't continue your work with him. That either if he is not giving you something but you are learning a lot, okay, you can continue your internship 1 or 2 months. After that you can switch. But if you're learning a lot from him, okay, do it your work 1 month, 2 month, 3 month. After that you can ask him, sir, okay, because even we know that there's financial constraint of everyone. Even when I was working with some advocate, even I have seen myself working for 6 months for free. Even when asked my senior, okay sir, I have know each and everything, I'm handling your most of the work, I'm drafting SLPs in Supreme Court, I'm mentioning the matter, I'm traveling, I'm doing everything. Now at least I'm expecting something out of this thing. After 6 months, 7 months, and he clearly denied me that okay, sorry, I cannot pay you. If you want to switch, you can switch. So this is the things, major things. It's a AOR doing is this thing. So if you have learned a lot and still he is not paying, I will suggest switch. Yeah, so this is the thing that 2000, 3000 is not sufficient for anyone, and not only for a young lawyers, and not for only a interns also. It will go in your traveling only. So if not learning, if you know the work, don't do it for free. Yeah. So why Indian Congress is not so reliable? Any subtitles for Indian Congress? Please discuss. See more points on. Yes, Indian Congress is not reliable in courts, because when you read, there's a word suggestion in Indian Kanun. Anyone can give a suggestion, and on the basis of that suggestion, they change the text of their judgments. Earlier also, now I have seen that they have changed their context, they have changed their website. But earlier, what it was happened is, if you reading something from Indian Kanun and after that you are directly reading from the judgment, it's totally different. So that is the reason the court is not take your either they will take your cases from the Indian Kanun, but it's not reliable. The other party will give an objection that okay sir, this could be a wrong, we need a reliable judgment from Manu Patra, SSB, or directly from the website of the High Court or the Supreme Court. So that is the reason why Indian Kanun judgments are not that much reliable. Okay, what are the qualities you see in a law student by selecting him or her as an intern? See, we just need an interns to be efficient, and hardworking. Okay, we don't want any intern, although if that intern is from NLU or he has done a major internship, he has know each and everything. If he is not giving a time in our field, if he is not working well, then we'll not hire them. If the person has not even give a single internship, we hire them, because we need people who wants to learn. Even everybody has to start from somewhere scratch. अगर मैंने भी कोई इंटर्नशिप नहीं करी होगी, आई हैव नथिंग इन माय सीवी एंड आई एम डायरेक्टली अप्लाइंग फॉर इंटर्नशिप, व्हाट एवरीवन इज करेंटली सेइंग इज आपने पहले वेयर हैव यू ऑलरेडी डन योर इंटर्नशिप्स. So nobody has coming. If I am not giving, if we will not give opportunity to the intern, then who will give the opportunity? Somewhere, someone somewhere has to start with somewhere. So I'm not seeing that okay, the person has done internships or not. I just want that person to be serious enough to learn things. If I'm serious enough to learn things, if I'm sending him to the court, okay for filing and okay for drafting. If I'm giving some drafting work, I'm giving him some work, whether he is giving his 100% or not. If I'm giving you a drafting and his person has never drafted a single draft in his entire life, I am not expecting him to give me a draft 100% well. I know that he will commit a mistake. I'll just give him an opportunity. आप draft करो, I'll check. Okay, आप draft करो, जैसा draft होगा, then we'll sit together and teach you how to draft a thing. So that is the thing. No, कोई सीख के नहीं आता है. Everyone has to give some opportunity. So अगर हम ये सब नहीं देखते हैं कि ठीक है कितने इंटर्नशिप्स करिए, अगर सीवी आपका बिल्कुल खाली भी होगा एंड इफ यू आर जेन्युइनली वांट्स टू डू इंटर्नशिप, वांट्स टू लर्न लिटिगेशन, आई एम रेडी टू टेक यू. सो दिस इज नॉट विद मी दैट ओके आपको इतनी इंटर्नशिप्स करनी चाहिए, आप इतने एडवोकेट्स के साथ काम करके आ रहे हो, या मुझे चाहिए कि आपको पूरा काम आता हो. आई एम रेडी टू टीच फ्रॉम यू फ्रॉम स्क्रैच to Supreme Court if you are giving me your time and if you are capable enough for learning. So this is the thing which we see in our interns. Yeah. So is there any ready-made template about contract or criminal draft online? Yes, there are many ready-made contracts and criminal drafts. You can directly law seekho. There are many contracts and templates which they give them to the law students. And so yeah, there's many contracts templates in Google nowadays. Or either if you don't want you don't have that, you can draft it. You can draft your contract and then you can changes as per the client directions. Yeah. Does online internships has any important? No. No online internships, no importance. In litigation, there's nothing online. If you are doing it, even we have hired, when we started our law firm, we have hired one online intern. So what the major thing is that we spend most of the time in telling them, okay, so and so things okay, so student, you have to do these and these things and send me the copies by so and so time. We have never received that. Even we had just given them to highlight the important para and send me the copy by 4 p.m. and till now I have not received that. So we have never, on the initial days, we have taken a one online intern. After that, we have stopped taking the online intern. I'm sorry, but if you are doing in litigation, there's no online work you can do. In litigation, half of the time must be in a court and half of the time you have to be in office. In court, if you're in court, either you are doing some productive work. Either you are doing filing or you are listening to, you are going with your senior and attending the hearings, or you are doing any miscellaneous work in the court. There are many miscellaneous work you have to learn when you are in court. So there is nothing online in litigation. So don't do any online litigation internships. If you are doing so, I don't think so. They will give good impact on your CVs also. So if you are doing internship in the online, then major work they will give you is do research or some draft legal notice bana do ya research kar do bas. I don't think so that they will give you much help. Yeah, sir, how to do running internship? Does college only allow 1 month internship break, that too in the month of when the courts are closed due to summer break? Yeah. So see, you can in this case, even when I used to be in college, what I have to do is I have one of my friend who was in a law firm. So I asked them, okay, please ask the senior whether I can come after my college. Like my college got over at 2, but I used to leave one class. Like first after 12 to 1 class, I used to leave the class, and directly from 12, I used to left my college and directly come to the internship, so that at least by lunch I'll be in my office to learn something. आप ये चीज भी कर सकते हैं, अगर आपको 1-2 क्लास छोड़नी पड़ रही है don't worry, take your permission, take the permission from your college. Say, sir, I need to do internships. If they are not allowing you to do internships, then try to take try to take some ask your senior that sir, I need to do this internships, but my college is not allowing me, तो मैं आफ्टर ब्रेक आफ्टर लंच आ सकती हूँ, या ये सारी चीजें जो हैं, तो आप ये चीज कर सकते हो. बट आई नो, और जो 1 मंथ का ब्रेक मिलता है आपको, समर ब्रेक मिलता है, उसमें प्लीज उसमें इंटर्नशिप्स करो. ऑल दो कोर्ट्स क्लोज रहते हैं, हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट इसमें बंद रहता है, बट लोअर कोर्ट्स की सिर्फ 10 दिन की छुट्टी होती है, काम होता है. लर्न, 1 मंथ का टाइम मिला है, आप प्लीज उसको सीखो. आप वो मत सोचो कि कितनी इंटर्नशिप्स करनी है कितनी नहीं करनी है. आपको ये मेजर फोकस नहीं रहना चाहिए कि आपके सीवीज में आपको 10 इंटर्नशिप दिखानी है. अगर आप एक जगह भी इंटर्नशिप कर रहे हो, आपने कितना सीखा वो मेजर रहता है. तो ये चीज रखो प्लीज, सीवीज भरो मत इंटर्नशिप से अलग अलग. ये फोकस रखो कि कितना काम आपको सीखना है. Sir, now 3 criminal case has been passed and will be implemented in 3 years. Being in 6th semester, where we just starting these laws, do I need to start new laws or go with the old laws? See, I know that these 3 laws are coming, and even we are facing difficulties, because not we are, all of you, whoever attending this seminar, all of you will face a major difficulty, because we already learned a lot from this our old laws, CPs, CRPC, evidence, and IPC. Now all the section has been changed. We need to memorize each and every sections again. What major things difficulties we are facing is that when we read an FIR, when we are complained, we directly empathize, okay, in this 498 hai, 353, 323, 506, 406, 34, these sections will be implemented against this person, and already I will say that client, okay sir, आपके against में ये sections लगने वाले हैं, be careful. And 99% वही sections लगते थे. Up now they have changed the sections. We cannot tell the client, okay, what sections are going to be implemented against you. So this is a major difficulties. So yes, you need to learn new laws also. Start reading this new Bear Acts, because अभी उसमें बहुत सारे changes आएंगे. Some when they got implement, some advocates will going to challenge some articles, some sections in the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will give his ruling. Then it will come again different by giving a different wording into this. Like we know that adultery here used to be adultery, एक वो होता था, हमारे होता था, but उसको struck down कर दिया. तो ऐसे बहुत सारे sections होंगे अभी जो struck down किए जाएंगे, जिन पे नए नए case laws बनेंगे. तो it will take some time, but yeah, start reading your न्यू बेयर एक्ट्स एज सून एज पॉसिबल. एंड बिकॉज उसमें मेजर चेंजेस नहीं है, कुछ चेंजेस हैं. अब जब बेयर एक्ट्स नहीं खरीदेंगे, उसमें हम जो नए बेयर एक्ट्स देख रहे हैं, उसमें उन्होंने कंपैरिजन दे रखा है कि पहले कौन से सेक्शंस थे, अब कौन से सेक्शंस हैं, क्या क्या चेंजेस हैं. तो इफ यू, अगर आपने पहले वाली सेक्शंस, अब बेयर एक्ट्स यू हैव रीड इनफ, यू नो वेल from their old Bear Acts, then it will not give you that much difficulty in reading the new Bear Acts. It's just a matter, you just need to memorize the sections again. Yeah, relevancy of online litigation is important concern. Yeah, it is, but not on litigation. I'm sorry. So you cannot do online internships in litigation. If you are majorly, if you are from any state, I would not suggest you ki only from Delhi or Haryana, Punjab. If you are sitting in Karnataka, there are lower courts in Karnataka also. There's a high court in Karnataka also. If Bombay, there are high court here, there also district courts, lower courts there also. You don't have to come to Delhi to pursue your litigation career. आप यूपी में भी बैठे हैं, हम यूपी के भी केसेस लेते हैं, हम यूपी में जाते हैं, वहाँ पे भी बहुत लोग इंटर्नशिप्स करते हैं, बहुत लोग काम करते हैं और वहाँ पे सीखते हैं. तो आप सीखो वहाँ पे क्लर्क्स को पकड़ो. क्लर्क्स को हमसे ज्यादा काम आता है कभी कभार. आप जब देखोगे, आप जब जाओगे कोर्ट्स में, आप जब किसी कोर्ट में जाओगे, किसी क्लर्क से मिलोगे, तो आप देखोगे आपसे ज्यादा काम क्लर्क को आता होगा. उसको पता होगा सर्टिफाइड कॉपी कैसे फाइल करनी है, उसको पता होगा. वो एप्लीकेशन, यूपी में मैंने देखा है, वो एप्लीकेशन ड्राफ्ट करते हैं. दे डू अ प्रॉपर ड्राफ्टिंग. Clerks are doing drafting. They are filing. Just they are not advocate. They have to take an advocate with them to appear before the court. अगर उन्होंने law कर ली, they can even go and stand and argue before the court. They are well versed with these all things. Even he knows that under which section the application has to be filed. Bail application has to be filed under which section. Okay, what application, what section will have to be imposed by the court on the particular person. So they are so much well versed with these all of these things. So go learn with all of these things. विद क्लर्क टेक हेल्प फ्रॉम द क्लर्क्स. ओके, कुछ शर्म की बात नहीं है इसमें. आपको अगर ऐसा लग रहा है कि क्लर्क से कौन सीखेगा, वी आर एडवोकेट्स एंड वी आर लर्निंग, don't think about like this. Clerks know much more things than you. If you are directly going to court and you don't know anything about the court, if you think that you know the law, आपने पूरी लॉ कर रखी है, आपने सब कुछ पढ़ रखा है, then my friend, I'm sorry, that person that's sitting in the bench, जो who is just serving you a tea, he knows much more thing about you इन द कोर्ट, कि कोर्ट में क्या होता है, कैसे होता है. यू हैव टू लर्न फ्रॉम हिम एंड देयर इज नो शेम इन लर्निंग फ्रॉम क्लर्क. सो इवन वी यूज टू आस्क, वी यूज टू कॉल आवर क्लर्क कि सर्टिफाइड अप्लाई करनी है, आप कैसे कैसे अप्लाई होती है, हमें बता दो कि कैसे अप्लाई होती है, आप इसमें क्या होता है, उसमें क्या होता है. सो इसलिए सो डोंट थिंक कि ओके आप क्लर्क से कुछ सीख रहे हो. लिटिगेशन में आपको क्लर्क ही सिखाएगा मेजरली. स्टार्टिंग में तो कोई भी एडवोकेट आपको इतना टाइम नहीं दे पाता है, तो वो क्लर्क ही होता है जिससे आप सीख सकते हो. तो लर्न विद हिम. Yeah, nowadays work culture continues evolving. Yeah, so this is the thing, sir. In our initial days, which type of internship we should do, like in high courts or supreme court or in district courts? See, as I already discussed this thing, go with the trial courts, okay? And don't think कि you have to directly to the high court and the supreme court. You have a many years to go for your litigation, your in your career. Wait for it, okay? Start your work with the lower courts, trial courts, okay? And yeah, please don't quote the trial courts or the lower court, because recently there's a Supreme Court has quoted the registry by taking the name of lower court as a lower court. You cannot take a lower court name as a lower court. Now you have to tell them as a trial court. Yeah. So start work with the trial court. Learn as much as you can. When you think that okay, you have learned enough in a trial court, you know all the procedure of trial courts, then start switch your work to the high court. Once you know that okay, I have done enough, I have clients in trial courts, I have my contacts in trial courts, I now I know everything about the trial courts thing, how to draft application, how to arguments. Because what major thing is, na, when you start your arguments in lower courts, you can argue in Hindi, nobody will give any objection on that. But once you're switching to the Supreme Court or High Court, you have to argue your arguments in English only. You cannot switch to Hindi there. You cannot say sir मेरा हिंदी इंग्लिश अच्छा नहीं है, हिंदी अच्छी नहीं है तो क्या मैं, इंग्लिश अच्छी नहीं है तो क्या मैं हिंदी में आर्ग्यूमेंट कर लूँ. नो, you have to speak English in High Court and Supreme Court. Or in lower court, you can take your time, you can argue in Hindi as much you can, but try to argue in English in trial courts also. It will boost your confidence. When you go to the High Court, you don't have to think twice before arguing, because you already know that okay, you have well versed, you have you know much, you are very good in a communication and you can argue in English, so it will not give anything good bad impact in high courts. Okay, so and anyone is starting legal studies in later years, then any specific tips? See, in if you are starting legal studies in later years and you want to pursue your career in litigation, okay, then I would suggest that after completing your law, if you have a time, do internships, and after completing your law, join some senior. In later years, if you think that you are not financial capable enough to work in some penny, because if you go to some chamber, the more he can give you is 5 to 10,000 rupees only. And if you think that you cannot work in 5 to 10,000, spare your time, give him only 6 months, 6 to 8 months, learn everything, then start applying to the law firms, litigation law firms. They will give you a much more good salary, they will give you much more exposure, because if you are approaching to some litigation law firm, they'll interview you and they want you to be a well versed with each and everything of lower courts, high court and supreme courts. So you must know the work first before applying to any litigation firm. So do that thing first. Give your time, 6 months to 8 months to that person. Learn, don't think about money, learn as much you learn, and एक मोटिव बना लो कि आपको 8 महीने के बाद यहाँ से निकलना है. You have to apply in a good law firms. There's many law firms, वहाँ पे apply करो litigations law firm where you don't have to think twice before applying. You will get a good amount of money, and what गॉड नोज अगर आपको एलसी आप अपॉइंट हो जाते हो तो आप यू विल गेट 4-5 लाख रुपीज फॉर जस्ट 4 or 5 days वर्क. तो you can do that. Okay, so sir, how to decide on a specific career? How to be sure that we want for litigation or corporate? Do see it can you can only know this thing by doing internships. Don't stick your internships to the corporate or litigation only. Okay, if you have done your internships in litigation, first litigation internship, second litigation, then try to take the exposure of corporate also. Switch to corporate. Now do 2 or 3, 4 internships in corporate, then switch to litigation. Okay, when you do 3 internships in litigation or 3 internships in corporate, you will get idea that okay, what you want to do. Either you want to do a corporate or you want to do litigation, and from that only from that idea you can say okay, now this is my career. I have to approach this thing. If you are doing a corporate, then you can any day switch to the litigation, but don't think that you will get a good pay. But if you are doing litigation, you can anytime switch to the corporate and they can give you a good money also. So this is the thing with our law field, that nothing is difficult. Just by going your career, taking your time in a career, you will get to know that how you have to proceed with it. Yeah. So, sir, if student passed 3 years LLB and enrolled in state but not cleared BCI exam, can such student file wakalatnama if he know how to handle things very well? See, if you are enrolled in state bar, then you can apply. You can file your wakalatnama. There's no issue. But you have to clear AIB. Okay. All India bar exam you have to clear as soon as possible if you are practicing in other state. Like if I have enrolled in Delhi and I need my wakalatnama to be filed in Maharashtra, then first thing I need a local council there. That is a very important thing. I need a local council with me, and I can file my wakalatnama only if I have cleared my all India bar examination. If I have not cleared my bar examination, then only I can appear in my district only, my state only. But there's also a validity. There's a 2 year validity. If you after enrollment, when you get enrolled with the state bar council, you just got 2 year validity of that certificate. You will get the certificate, the validity is of 2 years, and you the ID card which will be issued to you, there's validity also for the 2 years. And within that 2 years, you need to give a all India bar examination and you need to clear that. And if you have not able to clear that, then again you have to apply for the this bar thing, state bar thing. So take care about this thing. Try to clear AIB, and it is AIB not that much difficult exam, open book exam, so anyone can clear easily. Yeah. So, sir, what is the major work culture difference in corporate law firm and PSUs? See, corporate law firms and PSUs majorly, what in corporate law firms they will give you some legal work. Okay, majorly they will both give you a legal work, the legal field in the field of litigation. Um, they will outsource advocates for fighting their case. Like if I have a firm, if I have a company, what and I will hire some corporate lawyer. I will ask him that okay, I'm going to do this, I'm doing this or this work, what are the legal things which I have to be satisfied. Then he has to suggest me, okay sir, before doing this of the thing, these are all the major things which we have to do. Okay, if I'm getting some legal notice, that he is a person who will draft a reply of the same. Okay, now if we got some case against us, then I will call him and say that okay, these are things has been filed by to us against us, and now we need to find a lawyer who will fight our case. Then that person will go to that lawyer and brief him about the case, that okay, so and so cases has filed against him. Now we need you to hire to represent us in court. He will not represent you. That outsourced litigation lawyer will represent you. So this is a difference. And in PSUs also major things are same. You just need to a legal consultant. You are a legal consultant to the company. You are just giving them consultation that okay, and you are going in a court and briefing your standing counsel. There are standing counsel of all the PSUs, like okay, so if there's this particular case, you are directly going to that standing counsel, government counsel, and you are briefing them, okay, so these are the case, you are drafting evidence, you are giving to them, you're giving to him, and then you are saying okay, these are the things which you have to say. And if the standing counsel is not there, then you can represent your case, your company's case there. So these are the major different things in corporate law firms and PSUs. Yeah. So anyone else, any questions? Yeah, so I don't think so that anyone has to ask any question now. Sir, how to do internship in Supreme Court? Okay. So if you want to do internship in Supreme Court, then I'm sorry. Supreme Courts are not allowing interns in Supreme Court. Yeah, not allowing interns. Even we have to make our interns clients so that they can enter the Supreme Court. So if you want to do internship in Supreme Court, then I would suggest after being an advocate, you can start your work. You can start your work with a senior lawyer with an AOR after 6 to 8 months. Then you can directly start working with us. Don't think about it directly. You want to start your work in Supreme Court only. You will not learn anything in Supreme Court directly. There's just a drafting SLPs and writs and these all things which start. You can do your internships in High Court also. High Court and Supreme Court are majorly same, not that much difference. But yeah, don't think about Supreme Court as an intern because I don't know after COVID they are not allowing interns in Supreme Court. So that is a major difficulty if you are intern and you want to go to the Supreme Court. Although if you want to go to the Supreme Court as an intern to see the proceeding, you have to make a pass. Okay, ask your senior, he will help you make a pass, and but the pass will be valid for the only one court only. You have to mention which court you want to enter and your senior has the matter on that court, and they will mention that okay, pass is only for so and so court number only. Then only you can go directly to the court and see the hearing. So yeah, there's a difficulty in Supreme Court. Okay, trial even happen in High Court too, but why advise to go in a first trial even happen in High Court too, but why? Yeah, no. Trial if happened in High Court, not like the Supreme Court or not like the lower court, trial court. What the trial court has done with the trial is totally different than the Supreme Court. If you're directly going to the high court, if you're directly going to the high court and seeing the trial, the court will ask you whether you have done your trial in the trial lower court also or not. If they will say no sir, we have not know how the trial has conducted in trial court, he will slam you and say that okay, go to trial court first and learn how to do a trial in trial court, then come to the high court for this. Yeah, so this is the major thing. I know that most of the time the high court deny this thing, and after coming this new laws, they will saving a lot more times of the high court also, because in majorly if quashing cases, we have to go to the directly high court for the quashing in major consent. But as per this, they should see that if the both parties are agree for the quashing, session court should have a power to quash the matter, not high court. So there's a major thing. So yeah, high court is saving his time, saving their time to not to conduct the trial. So you must learn the trial court from the trial court only, not from the high court. Sir, now the SC is allowing student interns by making a 1 month wellness part for all the code. Okay, so I don't know about it because a day before, I think last week only, we have two matters listed in the Supreme Court, and we take our two interns in the Supreme Court, but they clearly denied that okay, interns are not allowed. So that is the reason why I have said. But if Supreme Court is allowing student intern by making a 1 month valid pass, then I would suggest that okay, you can go, then it's a very good thing. But as per my knowledge, because just last week only we had two matters listed in Supreme Court, but the past registry has not allowed us interns to enter the court. So we somehow make them a client and then we told them to enter. Yeah. So this is the thing. But yeah, if they are allowing, that's a very good thing. I will also cross check once when I'll go next to the Supreme Court. Even I have a matter on Tuesday in Supreme Court. I'll check whether they are making the pass for interns or not. That's a very good thing. Yeah. So anything? Any questions? Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.